Hello and welcome back to another game of Dota 2. You are watching StarSeries and we are here with the 5th game of day 27. There's 30 days in total, so tomorrow, the day after, and the day after that are our last days of group stages. But today, this is actually our last game. Game 5 of 5, and we're seeing RoX on the Dire side and Alliance on the Radiant side. And now you might be wondering, wow, actually, I only now notice that Alliance normally in StarLadder has been on the Dire side. How can this happen? Well, that's because normally the opponents against Alliance have been managing to get in the lobby first. And the one that gets in the lobby first is allowed to answer the question, do you want to have first pick or do you want to choose a side? And normally people pick first pick. This time, however, Alliance was first and they get themselves first pick. So that's why RoX, they chose Dire in the end. That's why we see Alliance on the Radiant side. Let's see if their strategies differ from when they are on the Dire side. And Alliance, well, they're looking pretty good to go to Kiev. They're not totally out of the woods yet. I say that constantly because there's still quite some chances that perhaps some people throw. But Alliance is actually the team still with the least games played. Was the team with the least games played. They still have to play 3 games on Saturday. So, in theory, if they lose all 3 games, they're not going to go to Kiev. So, they just have to win a couple more games. By the way, the games that they have on Saturday are against Ubolst, Dusa, and Aspera. Just so you are aware. RoX.KIS, their last game is going to be up against 4FC on Sunday. And, of course, for the scores for RoX, they are actually in 6th position right now. They have won 7, lost 6. They are not doing too bad. I mean, they're not going to get dropped to Pro Series, but they're actually also not going to Kiev unless something really goes wrong with the other teams. And so there's going to be some big throws happening, and Ubels is going to dominate the scene all of a sudden. I doubt that's going to happen. And yeah, that's why I think RoX.KIS, they're happy where they are and they just want to have a good game up against Alliance. They want to be also one of the teams that is of course able to take down Alliance because it's just something, an achievement that you do that gets you remembered. People remember Power Rangers because they were the first team to beat Alliance after they came back from TI3. They remember Power Rangers as well because they were the first team to beat Na'Vi after they came back from TI3. So that's people remember teams by those kind of achievements. So RoX.KIS want to be added to that list as well. RoX.KIS have been looking fairly okay today. We are seeing we have seen a loss earlier of them today actually, but for now they are not a bad team by any stretch, and they're definitely a team that can take a game off Alliance. As by the way, the draft doesn't look that spectacular, although the Bat Rider makes it through. So RoX allowing themselves to pick up the Naga Siren, leaving the Bat and the Naga in, and they wanted to have at least one of those, and they get themselves a Naga Siren. I think they're going to be very happy with that. Picking up a Visage as well, so it's a strong support combination off the bat. And Bat Rider and Chen, of course, strong for Alliance, also kind of forced to already pick up one of their supports, in this case a Chen. Because otherwise, of course, RoX, they can just ban out whatever support they want to because they don't need any supports of their own anymore. We are going to see a PA ban out as well as a Clockwork, as we already had the Nature's Prophet ban out as a Lifestealer and OD as well. And the Darkseer and the Gyrocopter banned out by Alliance. Of course, Gyrocopter and Darkseer, both heroes that make an awesome combination with the Naga Siren. Vacuum into wall, the team fight potential, the cooldown that you can set up with a song. It's too much to deal with, or at least it's a lot to deal with, and it's something that you don't really want to see. If you can prevent it, you ban those out. Queen of Pain will be picked up, so RoX.KIS revealing their solo mid very early. Now, Alliance have got a couple of options to go for here. They can put the Bat Rider on Admiral Bulldog, put him on the off lane, put Bat Rider mid as 4 playing that one. We've seen it both before, and it can still both work out. But Lone Druid is still in the pool. That's basically what I wanted to say. And Bounty Hunter as well, actually. So we'll see what they end up going for. Bat Rider at least can be holding his own against the Queen of Pain. The turn rate that you force upon the Queen of Pain with even only 1 stack of Sticky Napalm, it's just very low. Not very slow. Sorry. Slow, not low. Slow. And your safety mechanism, your blink is not going to be as effective as it otherwise would. You will take some harassment before you're actually able to blink away. So overall, Bat Rider has a bit of an edge over Queen of Pain in the mid lane. Shouldn't be bad for neither though in terms of getting last hits and such. Just the killing potential. And there are still your Lone Druid, so it looks like we are going to have a matchup mid between Bat Rider and Queen of Pain. And Lone Druid still picked up for Alliance to see if they can dominate with that hero once more. RoX.KIS, they have their mid, they have their supports, they need a carry on an offlaner. Now that they know that there's a Lone Druid there, and which you already know is going to be played by Admiral Bulldog, you know that there's going to be another core that Loda is going to play, so there's going to be a duo core. And you are kind of forced to maybe have an offlaner that can turn into a core later on in the game as well. Or at least have a carry that can do really well against both of those cores. And I say both of those, I mean Lone Druid and potentially Juggernaut's going to be the next pickup for Alliance. I mean Lifestealer is already out, and Juggernaut, Lone Druid, it's a combination that we've seen tested and tried time and time again. It works well even, and the pushing power with also a Chen behind you, it's like the idea between, like the idea at the lineup that I'm describing here with the Lone Druid, Juggernaut, like those two heroes, you're able to do well on lanes. And normally when you do well on lanes, if you dominate your lanes, like there's a couple of hiccups along the road. Win lanes is one. Mid game is another. Going high ground is another, and that's one jump that a lot of teams have some issues with. Going high ground. Like that's a steep mountain to climb, pun intended. But with the Juggernaut and the Lone Druid, going high ground is no issue whatsoever, because you can just set the bear on the tower, have a healing ward for sustainability, and even if that all fails, which I'm not expecting it to because it's just so potent, Batrider is there to jump in, grab someone, get him out, and tangle him on the low ground, kill him off, and you're still able to go high ground. So Alliance's lineup can go high ground. And in terms of counter push for RoX.KIS, they now have an Alchemist picked up as well, so that's going to be helping them out. And oh my god, it's a tree, but oh well, we'll discuss that later. But Alchemist Acid Spray is a pretty neat trick for split pushing, and it allows you to pick up the bear maybe fairly fast. I mean, maybe the bear has a Radiance, maybe an Assault Cuirass, but standing in Acid Spray does reduce your armor and reduces the armor of the bear as well, and that can allow the bear to be picked off fairly fast. There's an ensnare, of course, upon Naga Siren, which is going to be helping out to keep the bear where it is so that it can't get pulled back, healed up by the healing ward, and then sent back in. And, well, we'll see. We have a Naga Siren. The Riptide with the Naga Illusions is a pretty neat counter push thing, and of course Queen of Pain. She can scream, she can Sonic Wave. Even though you don't really want to use Sonic Wave to counter push, if you have an Aghanim's, you can actually use it for that. The Phantom Lancer is the last ban for RoX, which is quite surprising since I'm still expecting a Juggernaut to come out for Alliance. And I'm just checking to see if I missed him being secretly banned or something, but nope. Alliance, oh god, if they would have a Juggernaut as well, they would have Mechanism, Hand of God, Treant Armor, Leech Seed, which you cannot underestimate, and also the Healing Ward. That's just a death push from, like, you don't have to go to your base anymore, it's just too much. Last ban for Alliance is a Bounty Hunter, which is a good one indeed, because Bounty Hunter would be one of those heroes that later on in the game can indeed turn into a bit of a semi-carry if you had a decent mid-game. Late game, early game rather, sorry. We'll see what RoX go for here. They've got 30 seconds left to think about this one. We've seen this in a trial lane before, Alchemist, Visage, Naga Siren, and then you could potentially put still a safe laner that is a bit of a carry as well. Perhaps something like Clinks, even though I'm not really convinced by that one. I mean, it will be up against Lone Druid or against the Juggernaut. It's not going to be an easy lane. It will be an Elder Titan. That will be their off lane, and still a team fight. Elder Titan, by the way. That's going to be a good counter pusher as well. His Stomp, his Earth Splitter, it's pretty neat. His Spirit, harassing everything. It's a good counter pusher for sure. How he's going to do in the off lane? Well, he can kind of farm slightly with the Spirit if he gives himself enough regen on the lane. But it really will come down to the team fights, and that will come down to the Naga Siren song, because the song is the only thing they have that can set up for that Earth Splitter right now, which is okay, but has a very long cooldown early on in the game. And the question is, how late do you want to make it if you know that they're going to be up against a Lone Druid and then something else? And I know I've been talking about the Juggernaut, so I'm hoping that it's still going to be that, but overall Alliance can pick up any core that they really want to, because of the fact that they already have got one core And they are not really pressured to go for another one if they feel like they have got enough on the lone druid regardless. So it all depends on what Loda feels like playing. Does he feel like playing a Juggernaut, or does he rather want to play something else? Something that can maybe do something more early game, because so far early game all they have is a Bed Rider. And perhaps they feel like they still want to pick up a Weaver or something, because Weaver, surprisingly, made it through. And if having a good lane, Weaver can be having a very strong early or mid game as well. And of course Weaver Train Protector, we've all seen that before, it's pretty damn scary. So yeah, there's a lot of options still left for Alliance. So even if they don't go for a Juggernaut, they can still have a solid carry picked up. And they are taking into their bonus time. They are only having 12 seconds left. This is all the time they have. And they will use it. Because they can. I mean, why shouldn't they, right? Why shouldn't they?
Juggernaut.
Ah, it's a Juggernaut. Well, raise your hands if you are surprised. Because I don't think anybody is. Nobody is. Waiting for everybody to pick up their heroes always causes some FPS issues. Especially since the last patch, I had some issues with that. A couple of the players at least. Not today, I believe, but yesterday mostly. Anyways, we're waiting for EGM and Aki to pick up their heroes, and then we can go. And then we can see the lanes. I don't think we're going to be too surprised by them. Just for RoX.KIS, I think we're going to see a safe trial in with Alchemist just getting his farm up as fast as he can. Perhaps even going for a Hand of Midas, depending on how confident he feels that he farms fast. Queen of Pain mid, Elder Titan offlane. And then for Alliance, I'm expecting a safe semi-trial in with Chenin in the jungle, Treant supporting on the Juggernaut. And just a mid lane for S4 on his Bear Rider and offlane for the Lone Druid. That's going to be the most logical thing that we could see here. Perhaps it's going to be something mixed up, because there are some possibilities to perhaps run a semi-aggressive trial in with Aki in the Dire jungle, or a Bed Rider in the jungle. Even that's not going to happen. And then put Lone Druid mid. It has happened before, but yeah, we are going to just have the standard thing that we, of course, already saw coming. Let's see who's playing what. Also, that should not come as too much of a surprise. Once again, by the way, for people that skipped the draft and that or that only just joined the stream when they realized that this game is actually indeed played right now instead of 45 minutes from now. You're watching StarSeries. Of course, we are here with game 5 of 5 games today. This day 27 of StarSeries of the 30 days in total of group stages. So Sunday is going to be our last day. And by the way, I just want to give kudos to StarLadder for, again, just like last season, the last game of the season is going to be a deciding match of who goes to Kiev and who doesn't. And of course also shout out to Nahas, who's indeed here in the lobby. He is, of course, our statsman. You will already have seen him in the Twitch chat. And 62% goes for Alliance. Actually, not as many as I thought there would be. I thought that maybe Alliance would have a higher percentage here, but RoX.KIS carrying a punch, pun intended, because there is a Elder Titan. But we'll see if they can actually do that. If people are gonna have their rares going their way. And of course, you can also see Nahas do as he just did, pop quizzes and trivias. You can answer that in the chat, by the way. The Dota TV chat could work. Well, Nahas won't see it anyways, but you can discuss amongst yourself. And of course, for people that were here earlier today and were disappointed that I couldn't be there, sorry for the inconvenience. It looks like it's solved, but at least I'm back for this one. And by the way, for also people that want to have a different option, you can always go to Zayori TV on Twitch. It's not Sayuri, it's Zayori with a Z. And he is casting that as well. Or on dotaradio.com, actually. Anyways, let's take a look who's playing what. We still have a pause. Why are we having a pause? Ah, we have a go. Thank you. Cedo is going to play the Elder Titan. He is, of course, the offlaner for RoX.KIS. Yol will take on the Visage as support. We are going to see Android taking on his Naga Siren, who, according to stats so that we saw a couple of times ago, Android has been most successful on the Naga Siren in StarLadder. He has a 5-1 record, if I recall correctly, on the Naga Siren right now in terms of win rate in StarSeries alone. Nexus will play the Alchemist, of course, the hard carry. He has picked up and a Quelling Blade and a Stout Shield, so perhaps we're going to see these supports roam a bit to try and make some things happen, to try and create some mayhem on the map. Not being around Nexus all too much. Mid lane, we are going to see the Queen of Pain, played by BCZ, is perfect. And that's going to be the last one of RoX.KIS. Taking a look at Alliance on the Radiant side, we are going to see EGM playing a Stream Protector. He, well, he pulls some of his teammates quite heavily. Got himself wards and a salve, that's it. Loda, he is one that got pulled. He got himself a salve and a poor man's shield. And he will be playing the Juggernaut, no surprise there. And what are they drawing? I don't know what they're drawing. Oh well. Aki will play his signature hero, he'll play the Chen. No surprises there, I think everybody was expecting that, just like S4 is going to be playing the Bat Rider, will take on the mid lane. Got himself pulled a Tango from EGM as well, and of course goes for that fast bottle.
Battle begins.
That, so this bear is going to try to pull the quick wave up the high ground. Let's see if it's successful. Yes, it is. And Living Armor is going to help this bear quite a bit as well. And I think that RoX.KIS is just going to have to accept the fact that they don't have a quick wave for their first spawn on the top lane, meaning that Nexus is forced to last hit under his tower, or at least while tanking it, which is good because he bought a Stout Shield. He has got a double damage wound, so that makes it a bit easier for him, and he went for Grievous Greed first level, just to make sure he gets that extra gold, because he needs to be farming as fast as possible, because he needs to be ready for when Alliance is ready to push in, because when Alliance is ready, it's gonna be pretty damn scary, and RoX.KIS is gonna try to do everything in their power to delay that from happening. And there is going to be a lot of pressure on this mid lane because of that, because this mid lane, S4, he is the one to buy time for that, for the farm to be done on the Lone Druid and on the punches being exchanged. And with the extra damage, Living Armor still there. This is a man fight right here. Cedoy, can he actually win this? I don't think he can. Maybe he can. EGM, he backs off. He doesn't want to be. Oh my god, he gets first blood. Cedoy makes it happen. I think that if he continued punching, he might have been able to get it, but no, the extra damage that he stole with the Astral Spirit, it was just too much, and EGM calculated that it wouldn't happen. And the offlaner for RoX.KIS gets himself the first blood on the board, man fighting a tree. Normally I'd say that's not something that you want to be doing, but Elder Titan can make it happen. It's not something that you would expect this early on in the game, so it's gonna be interesting to see what Cedo can do with this early gold that he gets himself. At least the courier is upgraded now. That's at least something that he can do. Nexus, 13 last hits for him already, sitting highest on the last hits charge. We can compare him to Loda, and we'll continue to do that on and off. But we'll see how far he gets it. This is just like needed. It's a pretty straightforward way to play this game. We've seen the draft from Alliance before. It's not the first time. This bear is going to be having some issues. He will be living though. Is there a resummon? Yes, there is. Well, might be forced to use it. Living Armor will actually save it for a little while longer. And comes to slow again. And I actually, this is a resummon. I actually like that that Cedo is applying a lot of pressure on that tree in the jungle. He is bashing him again. But that just means that EGM is maybe even forced to use his Living Armor on himself. And that means that he can't use it on his solo lanes. And that's going to be very annoying to deal with. Pause coming off from S4, as there is a bug of some sort that forces a disconnect. And as long as I'm in Dota, I'm gonna continue casting, at least for Dota TV. Even if my stream might drop, I will at least cast for Dota TV, because, you know, people pay tickets for that. But I didn't drop here, so I would put that one on Twitch. Anyways, we have got ourselves S4 and the mid lane. He's sitting on 10-7, BCZ sitting on 9-4. It's a fairly even lane, and it will be even for a long time coming. BCZ is in theory a bit on the losing side, hero composition wise. Living Armor, of course, they're also for S4, but so far it doesn't seem to hurt him that much. And S4 not really applying any pressure just yet, or at least not that much just yet. Wants to just go for a fast blink dagger with not putting himself out too much. I mean, if you're talking about aggressive solo mids, S4 would not be one that you would talk about. He is solo mid that is very safe overall. And as I believe Kuro said it in an interview, he is one solo mid that looks out for his team most, and perhaps that's also part of what he's doing right now, as this bear is going to be finding its end. The resummon was already used, so this is just a very sad bear. He is going to be getting the time to get resummoned, but there's, or at least summoned back, there's no new bear up. So this is Emerald Bulldog without a bear for a while, and also without a creep wave for a while, as this 4 is going to try to get the rune first. Blink forward from BCZ, flame break, snatched. And perhaps now that the blink is on cooldown, S4 might be able to make something happen. Double damage for a hit. One more hit is needed for him to get a kill. Up the high ground he goes. There's a blink in time. One more second and the blink. It disengages. It disjoins the last hit. That would have been a kill for S4, but he doesn't get it. And he is forced to go back also because, of course, Yol came in. Good timing from BCZ, and S4 just a bit sad that that went into the high ground. Gets himself living armor, gets forced living armor actually because of the round of harassment he gets. In the meantime, EGM, level 2. Still not having his level 2 living armor, which is the one thing that, of course, might make a difference on the lanes even more so. And force double damage almost running out again. 20 for 7, up to 17 for 4. So slightly in favor of S4, but really not that much. Lone Druid, his last hit's actually not doing all too bad. Well, saying that, not doing all too bad in experience. I mean, he's level 3. Could have been better, but he's got 5 last hits. He hasn't died yet, and he's up against an aggressive, or a safe tri lane. I mean, he's up against 3 heroes. He by himself is keeping 3 heroes busy, while, I mean, that means that just the rest of his team is getting a lot of extra space on the map. And as long as he's keeping 3 heroes busy, he's gonna be happy with that. Seedoy, on the other hand, is also keeping 1 hero busy, I guess, just EGM. Seedoy is sitting only 3 last hits, level 3 for him as well. Has got a soul ring, so can spam out a spirit a bit more, and he's able to get a creep wave going his way, or at least 3 creeps, which is nice. 32 for 20 here up on Loda. Slightly behind the Alchemist, but not too bad. Alchemist sitting on 38 for 5. He actually picked himself up a Ring of Health, which is quite interesting because that means that he's not going for a fast Endomitis. And that means that he just wants to go go aggressive real fast, and perhaps he even wants to go for Battle Fury, as the bear is himself back on full HP again. Might be making something happen. There's no entangle yet up on the bear though, so he can't really make something happen. He's just trying to pull the creep wave away from the tower, stop the push from happening, and so far so good. He's taken the entire creep wave away, and the bear is gonna get resummoned again, and probably around the time when the lane would end up around here, I would suggest. No, he's just taking them along with them. Why not? Living armor for the bear, more vision. Yep, let's just continue pushing. At least 1 creep tonight by Yol. Yol is actually in this creep wave as well, so he just might be able to do something more, or might be getting some harassment up on Bullock. In comes another slow. The bear taking more harassment even. There is now a resummon up on the bear though, and this is going to be the end of that. And this is going to be just a creep wave coming in, and Bulldog gets himself a bunch of free experience that would probably put him at level 4.5, and maybe even at level 5 if he's lucky. Aki, in the meantime, hasn't roamed as much as you normally see him do. He has got 2 centaurs though, so the possibility is definitely there. Perhaps even if there's the last 2 for S4, he tries to get it, but the blink for BCC is still there. I mean, if he was able to get the last 2 off and there were centaur stomps, that would have been a death for sure. Yol might be on the wrong side of this tower. Takes a lot of harassment here. Is gonna get chased down as well. This bear, can he actually get... Oh, the tower might be able to get it. No, the tower gets taken over by Nexus. That's not gonna be a kill up on Yol. Very close though. As the Claymore gets picked up by the Alchemist, leaving us guessing if he's going for the Shadowblade first or for the Battle Fury first. Both could work out. There is an Ancient stack, so if he goes for the Battle Fury, he can still take that one down as well. And get himself even more ahead if he wants to. I mean, in terms of net worth, he's obviously the highest. Last hit-wise on par with Loda, and then of course having that Grievous Greed at level 3. He skipped Acid Spray completely thus far, as the Queen of Pain actually goes down. That's the scenario that we talked about for a little while. I mean, there was the last 2. There were Centaur Stomps, and that's enough to take down Queen of Pain. Aki moving back into the jungle. Both Centaur Stomps used at least once. And S4 with the kill under his belt starts building towards having a Blink Dagger. Just needs that 1k extra gold. In the meantime, level 5 Admiral Bulldog and entangles will start coming. Alchemist charging up a stun, already allowing himself to get back off. Another entangle comes out. This could actually be a kill. Nexus, a couple more hits away from dying. 1 more hit away from dying. The bear getting a snared. Android, a lifesaver right here. But Android himself, only level 4. In comes BZ, rotating top. Want to try and make something happen here, perhaps? If he can do this, yes, he can. That's going to be a kill. That's going to be a death. That's going to be BCZ. At least using his death to the advantage to get himself a free rotation off Of course, without a real miscall. I mean, everybody sees BZZ dying and you expect him to come back mid, but then he all of a sudden he's top and he takes himself a kill on the lone druid. Important pickup as EGM takes himself out of the jungle. In the meantime, oh, that's gonna be Blade Fury. Yo, still around here. Actually thought he was backing off even further already, but Juggernaut still able to pick up the kill. Omni Slash is used for that as well. S4, 1300 gold. 45 to 11 with BZZ sitting on 31 to 8. So yes, BZZ, even though he just took a kill, he also died first on this lane, and he definitely can be considered of not winning this mid lane up in this Queen of Pain. And that's the only lane, of course, that you could actually really win. I mean, you can't really say that Alchemist won the lane, even though he did, because I mean, it's expected for him to win the lane. Same thing goes for Loda. Then you can only further compare the Lone Druid up against the Elder Titan. Now, Elder Titan got himself first blood and no death just yet, while of course Lone Druid did die just now. On the other side, Lone Druid is ahead in terms of levels, and slightly ahead in terms of last hits. Only 2 though, but yeah, overall that's a fairly even matchup, fairly even off-lane matchup, that is. Let's see if S4 is lucky with the 10-minute rune. And he is, haste rune. Lucky him, that's going to be allowing him to get a free last 2 up, even up with Queen of Pain, who is of course able to blink herself away, but with the haste from there it doesn't really matter. He actually rotates into the jungle together with Aki. I just want to go for BCC here again. In comes the haste rune. Looking for the blink. He looking for the chase. He will still get it. And he will still be able to drag him back towards Aki. Here comes the center of stomps. Is it enough damage? Should be enough. The blink is of course on cooldown. That's going to be a kill. Hand of God keeps all the creep up. And that will be also a tier tower. Tier 1 tower dead. And Chen's creeps will destroy because Aki was, or S4 was already backing off. So another clean kill for Alliance. It's 3 to 2. Alliance slightly in favor on all sides, apart from Alchemist, of course, who still hides on that net worth. But we can see that Queen of Pain and Elder Titan are not getting as much done as the second highest of RoX.KIS. So that's just all courtesy of that mid lane. With with BCC shut down, it's all that you really want to see to get the game in your favor. Actually, Blink Dagger now up on the side of Barrider, so it is even going to be more aggressive from him. On the other side though, Alchemist finishing up his Battle Fury, and that means that he can start farming some Ancient Camps. Of course, stacked up for him. Still has some trouble with dealing with the bear though, because Lone Druid gets more stronger by the minute. He's got himself Phase Boots, and with the supports rotating to other lanes, or maybe to get some extra levels for themselves. I mean, we have got Joel trying to get some levels in the mid lane at the moment. It means that the Alchemist is kind of left to his devices right now. And even though he's got Chemical Rage and snares and stuff and roots, they will still hurt. I mean, they will still make him take a lot of damage, and he's still not going to be free farming as much as he would like. Tier 1 tower on the siege. Still EGM around here, can living armor the tower whenever he wants. In the meantime, Aki finding himself an Alchemist, stuns him up. And actually, look at the damage that just one Chen is able to do. And now he stuns up Yol. This is just one Chen. This is in a one-man army with a lot of animals helping him out. And he forces both an Alchemist level 8 out of the jungle, as well as the other one, as Batrider just takes himself a double kill in the bottom lane. Went down, last 2 Blink Dagger are there. With Queen of Pain going down, and it, oh, come on. Stop that, that's... This is Aki getting a double kill, and this should not happen. This is one Chen venturing into the jungle. Of course he's got himself 3 creeps, but he ran into an Alchemist and a support, and he's able to take them both down. In the meantime, the top lane also had some deaths, of course. I mean, everybody dying all over the place. Messy positioning from RoX.KIS. Messy coordination. Alliance just getting ahead on all fronts right now. Confusing the hell out of RoX.KIS, creating advantages all over, and now Ensnare tests of Faith. Oh, tested and tried, but Faith not enough. S4 with another kill. Song comes in too late. Android, what is your plan here? You better run, you better hide, because there will be a chase if you don't. And that's gonna be a tier 2 tower dead. Lone Druid not even having a relic, not even having a radiance, but Alliance already coming in with their death ball. They have got 5 heroes in this top lane. And Chen, I mean, Aki got a double kill. Holy crap. that's something that should not have been allowed to happen by RoX.KIS, but it did happen with Batrider getting a double kill bottom. It's a massacre. It's a massacre for sure. Smoke up now also for S4 and Aki. There's no vision here. Blinky and Lasso. Seeroy getting pulled back, taken down as well. Or taken down, yes, there he goes. Another kill. And that's gonna be Android going down as well. Lone Druid taking that one. RoX.KIS all of a sudden. Boom. Not doing all too hot here. Looking for entangles, can't find them right now. By the way, one of the things that I remember from stats that K-pop Toast did in the previous season of StarLadder. S4 played a lot of Batrider. And one of the stats that K-pop Toast was at that point able to tell me, and something that we see back here as well, is that the main difference between his Batrider and other Batriders is his flame break. His flame break overall hits more heroes than other people's flame breaks. Something to look out for, as we've already seen then. Now RoX.KIS, of course they're on the back foot here, but they are not out of this game yet. They still have got the massive teamfight potential that they have. They need to start making it work soon though. This is gonna be a window of opportunity between now and 25 minutes, because in 25 minutes that Lone Druid will have a Radiance and they won't be able to do that much anymore. But they still have a chance right now. They just have to hold it together for a little while longer. And get a good initiation going with a Song, Earth Splitter, Sonic Wave. And I was gonna say also Familiar Disables, but there's no level 6 yet. In comes an Overgrowth up on Queen of Pain here on the bottom lane. Blade Fury as well. BZZ has got another blink ready right now, will use it. Loda, still chasing down in the meantime. Lasso up on the Alchemist, gets dragged down. In comes the Omni Slash, and that's gonna be Visage down as well. By the way, this is the Ancient stack for the Alchemist, now taken down by Alliance because they can. And still no level 6 for the Visage. It was a while ago since I said he was going mid to get himself some extra levels.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But still, tier 1 tower, last one standing on a set of rocks, will go down. There is 2 towers left standing on a set of RoX.KIS, while Alliance still has 5 towers standing. TP in from Seeroy, I think that's gonna be the wrong call, and he still goes down before the Song reaches there. Trey and Protector, Leech Sheet, MVP. And that's gonna be no setup for a nice Earth Splitter, not at all. And a Song once again on cooldown means no Song for another 3 minutes, and Alliance is very well aware of that and will take full advantage of that. They pick up the Naga Siren, go for BCZ next, who is able to blink him away, but this is Alliance diving your base at 16 minutes into the game, and there's not that much that you can do right now. Alchemist, BCZ, they're actually getting chased out of their base right now. S4 chasing them down, Flame Break, and an Entangle. Of course they get an Entangle. Nexus will go down. BCZ on the run, has got another blink again, still trying to get himself away. Hey, look at that, Familiars. Awesome, one already almost dead. In comes the last two, catches out BCZ. Looking for entangles from this one as well, but BCZ still able to blink himself away on the chase still, as the bear actually still chase. Yeah, they're gonna chase that. We're gonna see Yol though. Yol will try to do what he can. Overgrowth up on 3. Yol already dead. Cito will be the next target, will be picked up there as well. An Android left alive here. By the way, chase still going on. They're still chasing down BCZ. 6 stacks of sticky napalm as the chase for the Naga Siren goes into the base. Should be enough for Android to get himself out. Can he actually get himself out? EGM tanking tier 4 towers for this. He will die. Kinda awkward. And Android, the earn charge, is not enough to take him down. And of course, Queen of Pain still dies. It was too much. We already saw 6 stacks of sticky napalms. It's not gonna work out. Alchemist still going down. Alliance just racking RoX.KIS's base right now. Diving to tier 4 towers. Dying to tier 4 towers. Loda will get himself out, but the GG is called 17-minute GG. That's going to be the state of this one, as Alliance, of course, this is their second game today, their second 17-minute GG. Alliance, very convincing, taking down RoX.KIS, and the 62% people on my stream were indeed right. And were able to get themselves a couple of rares, which is of course nice, though probably not that much since the rates indeed wouldn't be too high. Too much in favor of RoX.KIS to get a lot of rares of people that voted for them. Anyways, thank you for watching. Sorry for the quality tonight. And sorry for having no co-casters either. But as said, unfortunately, nothing I can do. See if I can reset my IP address overnight so I can well, ward off people that don't want me streaming again. Anyways, I'm gonna play some commercials and music while making apparently 2 VODs out of the 5 games. Oh well, what can I do? At least right now I'm in a decent mood again. Was able to cast 2 games. Rejoice. We're gonna have 2 games only tomorrow for StarSeries. 2 games that are, well, one of them is actually quite important because one of them is gonna be featuring. Oh, I just see it. There's gonna be a game postponed. So there's only gonna be 1 game at 8 o'clock, which is Empire versus KP. It's gonna be an important game for KP. If they win that, I believe they're through to go to Kiev. Or actually, with the loss that they had yesterday, it might not be entirely right just yet. Empire's last game of the season. I think Empire. Yeah, if Empire win this, they're through. That's gonna be their win. If they win, they're gonna be going to Kiev. Otherwise, they're not out just yet, but it will depend on other teams who do well. Anyways, let's jump ourselves out of this game, and thank you for being here, thank you for supporting, and come back tomorrow. And otherwise, well, there's still games going on Join Dota Red, I believe. There's games going on Beyond the Summit, and there is actually those 2 are just the only 2 things that are still going on. Thank you for being here, and bye bye.